Yo, what up YouTube, what up boxing fans? Robert the Ghost Guerrero versus Andre Berto. This was one of the best fights of the year. Tremendous performance by Robert Guerrero. You have to give him credit for, turning the fight into his fight. He completely mugged Andre Berto from the gate. He went out there. He had a little bit of trouble because, Berto went in there with his best Mayweather impersonation. And that was just some dumb shit because, that's not his style. He shouldn't have been doing that from the beginning. And then he gets caught and he gets hurt a little bit. And Guerrero, let the mugging begin because he was holding him. He was holding his shoulder and he was repeatedly landing punches and scored a knockdown. And right there, that answered all the questions I had about him at welterweight. I did not think he would be physically strong enough to maul Andre Berto the way he did. I was completely corrected. Guerrero looked like a full-fledged welterweight. He looked like he was fighting back in the lightweight or featherweight division where he's bullying the guys he used to, just destroy down in the lighter weight classes. Robert Guerrero has found a way to bring that style back into the welterweight division, and that's great to see. He really reminds me of Carlos Molina, the way he's able to push guys back onto the ropes, land body shots, stay on the inside. He made a point to keep this fight on the inside because that's where Berto's weakness lies. Berto's not a great inside fighter. He threw tremendous uppercuts off the back on his ropes. And left hooks that got in there. But other than that, he's not a great inside fighter. And that's where, Guerrero had most of his success, is on the inside, landing body shots, landing hooks to the head, landing straight left hands. He really outworked Berto, while Berto kept it clean, effective, flashy, and eye-catching punches with the uppercuts and the right hands. We know Robert Guerrero's open for uppercuts on the inside, and Berto did capitalize on that. He was having trouble getting his right hand going on the outside because he kept on getting warned for cracking Berto, on the back of the ear. I'm surprised those shots didn't hurt Berto. This referee was a real piece of work. He's one of these guys that's just too old to be refereeing. Lou Moret. I don't know if it's California State, but I think that's one of the worst state commissions in boxing. They have terrible quality control with the referees, but he did let them fight, and Berto basically let Guerrero dictate the pace, and he let himself get backed up on the ropes constantly. Of course, after the first round, Berto completely changes his style. He gets right out of the Philly shell, and his eye blows up in the second round, while Guerrero is digging body shots towards the third, up against the ropes. I had this a much closer fight, but by and part, that's because I do like, clean, eye-catching shots rather than someone, mauling you with body shots. I scored Berto's shots a little bit more because to me, they were the harder, more damaging shots. However, I still had Guerrero winning on the cards. Guerrero, to me, 78 compared him to Abner Mares. I tend to agree. That guy, he did everything. This is like the new Bernard Hopkins on the inside, holding and hitting constantly. The referee didn't even warn Guerrero about that. He threw a few low blows, and he knows how to use this guy. He knows how to use his head on the inside, man. He can really, pop you with his head and have the referee not even fucking warn him. So, he definitely knows what he's doing. Guerrero's probably one of the best inside fighters in the welterweight division. And, it was just a mugging. What Guerrero did was great to see. It's so hard to predict that he could have fought the way he did. But you know what? We have to remember, Victor Ortiz did come up from 140 to 147 and pulled off a similar type fight. I said if it went to the decision, I do give the edge to Robert Guerrero, and he was definitely well ahead on the cards. You got to give Andre Berto a ton of credit for his heart. Look at these two guys' faces, man. Like, damn. You could tell these two guys went through fucking hell. And, Andre Berto, that right uppercut was a tremendous shot. But, as Carcino said, he's a one-handed fighter, essentially. His left hook didn't play too much into it. All he had was a right hand, a right uppercut, and a left hook sometimes on the inside. Overall, Guerrero just did more work. And yeah, it was a dirty fight, and Berto didn't do anything to change. He tried to make it a dirty fight too. He tried to hit him on the back of the head. Then the referee started warning him about it. I think when you get into that dirty fight scenario, a low blow is called for. Like, you got to do something to change the direction of the fight, and you got to keep your opponent in check in terms of the bullshit going on. And if that was the time to throw a low blow, then maybe it could have changed the fight. Overall, you got to give Guerrero credit. He did. He pulled off a tremendous style adjustment for the welterweight division. He showed how someone moving up from the lightweight divisions can even maul a welterweight. And Berto's not a big welterweight, but he definitely, I never thought he could maul Berto on the inside the way he did. So tremendous performance by Robert Guerrero. He gets a 12-round unanimous decision, and he puts himself in line for bigger and better things. Maybe guys like Timothy Bradley is really the only other guy left in the division. We know what's going to happen with Kell Brook and Devin Alexander. Mayweather ain't fighting no Guerrero. So what's going to be next for him? It's hard to say, isn't it? I would like to see Top Rank and Golden Boy make the Bradley fight happen. I think that's the fight that needs to get made, and that'll crown a #1 contender in the welterweight division with a bunch of titles. So, for now, that's what it is, guys. Congratulations to Robert Guerrero. He pulled off a great victory. And congratulations to Andre Berto for putting up a great fight. This is one of the fights of the year. It's the second loss of Andre Berto's career, and they're both fights of the year. So you have to give him credit. I have tremendous admiration for both fighters, the way they fought. Great fight and great victory for Robert Guerrero. It is what it is, guys. Peace out. Take care.